Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting. We are here with the Racing Revolution League, and just when you thought the Racing Revolution League was all complete, we head for our final charity race here of the season. We are actually going to be kicking it off here with the Vet2Track team, and we'll talk to you a little bit about it as we go throughout the night, and we'll actually have a little chance to talk to Jim Whittam, one of the co-founders of the organization as well, and get a little piece, and he'll be joining alongside us tonight, where this is going to be a pretty interesting race here, guys, if we get to see what these guys can do on this 3-mile track. I know you guys maybe have seen it before with the big show out there, but we are at the iRacing Super Speedway. 3-mile track, a lot of fast speed, but cars you're not used to seeing here, especially here on Simtrax Broadcasting. We are actually in the Gen 4 cars, so this was actually a release by accident, actually, by iRacing themselves as the ARCA car, but these cars are a little bit different. These things are sitting about 900 horsepower underneath the hood, and that was an oopsie. That was not supposed to happen. iRacing kind of gave a wink to everybody and said, all right, well, it's released. Congratulations, here you go. Here's a brand new car. Technically the same car, just a whole lot more power. So if you guys have seen any of the Gen 4 cars out there on any different sort of broadcasted leagues or anything, these things are insanely fast. The sound they make out there on the track is very distinct. The shape of the car, you'll see a lot of guys running some throwback paints of their favorite drivers. We saw the 11 out there, Denny Hamlin. I believe we'll also see the number 29 that used to be run by Kevin Harvick. And even back to the number 2 that we're used to seeing with the Rusty Wallace and the Miller Lite Machine. But we'll see a whole bunch of guys out here trying to nail down some decent times out there as qualifying is underway. I see Robert Rader finally getting out there, and he is a 3-time champion out here in the Racing Revolution League. Season 1, Season 2, and 3. If there's one track he knows how to beat, is Phoenix. But right now we are taking a look at the number 341 Chevrolet of Travis Gilbert out there, which somebody has figured out how to beat Robert Rader at that race. If Travis Gilbert can come out here and put that Vet2Track machine out on the track more often and his attendance be a lot better, this may be a guy we see heading into the championship for next year. But man, oh man, did it get super tight. I mean, with Trevor Earhart being eliminated in the round of 8, which was actually a huge upset for a lot of guys out there. James Loveland coming late into the season with his consistency was able to score enough points and push himself into the into the next round, into the championship 4. I mean, he fought his way each and every time because winning you're in did not apply to him. He was not there long enough. So that is just going to kind of tangle it up a little bit, and that's exactly what you saw. Robert Rader was actually able to foot out right over top of Jeremy Burns and Caleb Gilbert. Jeremy Burns, I guarantee you, seeing how he did last year, almost surpassed Rob with the amount of wins that he had throughout the year. And definitely seeing how Jeremy Burns has come along out there on the track between road racing, between super speedway racing, and the 1.5 miles. I mean, this guy is starting to become a real all-rounder. And right now, I think if they can kind of test out there between each other, work on Element X, and actually, because they and the Performance Motorsports team, all 4 of them, from each of those teams made it into the playoffs of 16. And you want to talk about no eliminations. That was impressive. Unfortunately, Jeffrey Israel was one of the ones to drop off first, and then we saw how Justice Murphy was eliminated. And then Justice Murphy ended up from the BDE team, and he came out and absolutely cleaned house with going almost back-to-back wins, becoming the upset out there, and totally throwing off the points. But I do want to give a shout-out out there, as well as Luis Taylor is out there saying, look at Vet2Track. We'll talk a little bit about Vet2Track for just a moment. Vet2Track was founded by veterans to help other veterans battling with PTSD and other very real reintegration issues throughout track days, camaraderie, adrenaline, and some mentorship out there. The focus was required on the tracks to clear the mind of many find true clarity for the first time in a very long time. This becomes an actual, a reset moment for these guys and a chance to change their thinking and move forward with a different point of view. It may be a single day, but the effects can be life-changing to those guys in need, men and women out there who have been serving in our armed forces. If you're a veteran or you know a veteran that could use the help, please contact Vet2Track at Vet2Track.org. Right there up on the screen. You should see it right on the top. And then you can contact us and contact them and actually figure out how to be a part of their organization and see how you can help out there. All right, we are getting guys lined up here on the track. They should be getting just about squared away and ready to go here. And we'll see how this gets going. Trying to see what's going on. Have an interesting little sign right here. Pushing on through. Let's see if we can figure out what in the world we can do to get that squared away. I like seeing that. Sorry about that there, guys. Trying to see if we can figure out what's going on. Trying to see if we can post this right on there. It seems something may have overrun me here. Something out there on the deal. Let's see. Alright, drivers are getting lined up here in just a moment to get the gridding started here. And they'll be getting going here in just a moment. Already getting calls out there for Devin to win this one. And it's definitely possible. I'd like to see him come away with the opportunity to get it here. To come away with a win. I know his time is long overdue. And hopefully we'll see how he can fare here for the race. Hopefully actually pull a win off here. I know he's been looking and searching for one for quite some time. We'll see how this kind of unfolds here in just a moment. There we go. I think we got her now. Oh boy. All right, let's go ahead and get this one launched off here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid where Daryl Johnson, Trevor Keith start in the front row here. Daniel Holloway and Quentin Stewart will be starting 3 and 4. Alex Forget, Travis Gilbert will start at 5 and 6. Tyler Harrison and Nick Alves. Nick Alves only 2 places down from his favorite spot, 6th that being in that position. Justice Murphy, the All About Bugs machine, should be starting 9th next to Ray Lane. Trevor Earhart sitting in the 11th position. Jeffrey Israel is sitting 12th. Moving on through for the rest of our grid here. Let's take a look. So I want to take a look at where Michael Bennett sits, which is 13th. Kevin Orlando 14th. Tay McDonald and Albert Likens. Good to see Albert Likens back. We haven't seen him in a long time back out there on the track. Look like Grant Turner, Chris Nail, Kyle Diaz, and Joseph Joya. John Fike with Matthew Robinson to his outside. Moving on to Christopher Schaefer. He'll be sitting next to Christopher Roth, figuring out the last of our field here. Dustin Renstedel, Devin Hudgens, Jacob Sirkovich, Robert Rader here in the back. And it looks like that's where we're going to start off with Grant Thorpe, Jeremy Burns, Patrick O'Toole already here way in the back. Patrick O'Toole actually will be starting in the very farthest position here as Chris Nail was unable to get behind the wheel as we get this one started. Tough joining here as you guys are just joining in. Definitely this track is able to go 4 or 5 wide. It's definitely possible. Will they be able to keep it going? It's going to be the question here of the night, whether they're going to be able to keep that rolling and keep it on the outside. So far, Trevor Keith has moved into the lead. Alves has moved up, and now Alves is into the lead, sliding on through. Seeing how the number 24 machine can get on through, almost comes down and catches Holloway. Holloway trying to hold in there. Right now he's in the middle of a four-way split. As they keep this one going through. Good Lord, this is pretty tough. Interesting to see how they're flossing through this one. Trying to see if they can stay away from each other without getting mashed up here. Alice Forget sitting in the 19 machine. He's up there in the Chevrolet. Getting out front. Right now, pretty impressive driving here so far. If you've got, I was tuned in to the to some of the driving out there, and it was not looking good as guys were mashing each other to pieces out there. So fortunately, they are able to continue on through here now without really wrecking each other out. No cautions will be thrown out here on the track tonight at all, seeing that these are self-healing cars. And so no fast repairs will be required here at all at any point. Out here on this extremely wide track. I'm glad to see a lot of guys are not really trying to push each other where they can't get around and try to figure out if they're going to make it here or not. Sorry about this, guys. Just kind of programming here in the background. I know we're running into a little bit of trouble here as we kind of hiccup our way through this night. Right now, Justice Murphy is still in the has figured out how to move himself up to the front row. He's sitting next to Alice Forget. Forget moving up at least 3 positions, but the person on the move actually is Raider and Jacob Surkovich. Both those guys moving up 16 and 14 positions in their Chevrolets. This is looking pretty wild here in the front. Trevor Earhart, he's moved up 9, sitting second, but man, you see him slamming right off the bottom there. Justice Murphy, you're used to seeing him in the 12. He's in the 18 Menard machine. And we're trying to figure out how he's going to come off a spin like that, slamming down off the bottom. Now, I wouldn't recommend anything like that, seeing how that is ended up going here. And you might want to rotate up a little higher. The way the draft works, boy, you can see him touching, and there goes Justice. Justice able to wrangle on through here. Pile driving. How he turned that shovel nose the right way is mind-blowing right now. Jacob Surkovich, Tay McDonald, Grant Turner, Daniel Holloway, Tyler Harrison. All those guys were involved in that wreck. And it's taken out most of the field here, which puts Ray Lane into the lead. Travis Gilbert sits in second. Trevor Earhart is third. Robert Rader is fourth. Christopher Schaefer is up to fifth. 18 positions gained here by Schaefer. Not too bad. Dustin Renstedel, we've seen him in multiple leagues if you guys have joined us. Nick Alves sitting seventh. Grant Thorpe, he's flying on the outside to gain seventh with Trevor Keith. Now, Keith is going to get super close. With the way these shovel noses are, they've got to be careful. I definitely wouldn't recommend them bump drafting here and moving on through. Right now we're looking to see Trevor Keith is sitting 8th. Kyle Diaz is sitting 9th. And Nick Alves now drops down to 10th. Now remember, Alves had the lead not too long ago. And now he is 6 seconds off pace as these guys are leading out front. Only the top 4 really within half a second of each other. And Raider is at least trying to play it safe and get out of there. But the way this track is and how rough and bumpy it is, I've got to say this is a really bad time and a hard time to run as you see how he kind of jumps off of turn 4 here, heading down the front stretch. We may take a peek here in just a moment and check out some of our guys who have kind of flopped out here and ended up getting totaled out here just a little bit. I believe Surkovich is working his way out of pit road. We'll take a look at Christopher Roth. He had a problem here back on lap 1 immediately. This was just on the start. We were up toward the front, and guys were already hammering each other to pieces right off the bat. Joseph Joya and Jacob Surkovich here on lap 4. There was a tangle up there on the front. Yeah, fortunately self-healing cars, but that is not going to help with these 30 degrees of banking. And then we saw the one where Justice Murphy kind of came unglued here. And ended up crashing out here on lap 5. So as we're looking at this, lap number 7, another clump of cars. Ren Stedel, Travis Gilbert, Earhart, and Ray Lane crashed. These are the leaders. And it looks like Rob's going to squeeze through here, kind of ricochet off everybody. And you would think he would have the lead, but that is not going to be the case. As Robert Rader is now sitting 6th. He's up to 22nd, up 22 positions. And Grant Thorpe right now has gained 29 here on the night. He's about taken over the entire field and slid his way up to the top. But remember, guys, this is only this is a charity race, so we are not racing for points. But man, these guys are definitely smoking each other out here, trying to hold on to these cars as they are rolling down the front stretch. This is pretty wild. I know you've seen racing like this before, but definitely not from the Racing Revolution League. I know we did race at Irwindale at one time, and they kind of had a little bit of fun with that. But they are making it happen here. So far, Grant Thorpe's still leading this one. As they get out front, Nick Alves and Justice Murphy hanging out. Let's see how Nick Alves is doing out there and see if he's kind of laughing as we go or if he's getting upset. Right now, he's trying to make the best of it out here. It looks like he does have a little bit of concentration out here, trying to watch that outside line and figure out how they're going to do it. Now, as they get into the turn, this is going to be kind of a nasty shot heading into it. That bump. Just so rough here. Let's take a look off the front nose here, Nick Alves. Right there. See how it unloads the suspension. And that's exactly what some of these guys are really nervous about, whether they're going to be able to kind of compete and stay out of trouble without getting blasted to pieces here. Let's see how Nick Alves handles this here. Yeah, see the bump, and it kind of jerks there. So that would be the reason why, we saw earlier how Justice Murphy kind of ended up spinning out. But oddly enough, Justice Murphy has returned back into the wall. He did go, though, and I think he just took out, good Lord, who was that? Yeah, there's no way that couldn't have been Circovich. Yeah, that might have been Jacob Circovich. He might have put him in the wall. That didn't look good. So now the entire track is spread out pretty good here. We're waiting to see if we can find out a couple of guys where they are. You see, we got a few clumps of guys. If they could work together, they would be able to catch each other back together. All right, Terry Earhart out there is saying, I need a self-healing car in real life. Don't we all? Don't we all? Unlimited tires, unlimited fuel would be a heck of an idea as well. Now trying to keep on through here. Already got drivers a few laps down already. Fike and Jacob Circovich here. They're going to be fighting to see if they can get a lap back when we get underway. So I knew we had some technical difficulties before, but I think we've kind of hammered them out here. We'll take a quick look while we have just a moment. 92 degrees, 60 laps of what we got here tonight, guys. Stages will be at 20 and lap 40. So when we get to lap 20, we'll bring them all to a stop. I'm sure we'll throw some tires on, but we've got 100% fuel limit, and these cars are self-healing out there. So they'll at least be able to fix them all up and get it squared away and let it go again. But Nick Alves and Robert Rader here, we're sitting 1 and 2. Trevor Keith is our third position driver, and he is rocking and rolling out here. Right now, Trevor Keith, he's having a good time. He's definitely laughing out here, trying to see if he can hold on to it. Right now is a boatload of trouble out there on the track. Definitely a dangerous place. And we may grab guys as they go, trying to trip them up a little bit. I know right now Trevor Keith is doing pretty well out here. I don't see anything where he might be in any sort of trouble, but we'll see if we can loosen him up here. And watch this. Let's see if we can grab him. Trevor Keith, you got a copy? All right, man. Well, we see you really jerking the wheel around out there, but you're smiling at least. Talk to me about this. Talk to me about this race, man. This is looking pretty wild out here.
Oh, this is wild. It's so hard to push in these cars without lifting their wheels up. Yesterday, the practice race, I wrecked Nick like 3 times, so I'm really trying hard not to wreck Nick.
Well, as long as Nick can come in 6th place, I think he'll be happy out there.
Oh, yeah, maybe I do need to wreck him if he's in 3rd, huh?
Yeah, there you go. Well, right now, the way the shovel knows of these cars, is it really that hard? Is it that difficult to bump draft out here?
It is very difficult. You hit them too hard, and it's going to lift the rear tires up, and you're both going to wreck.
Yeah. Well, you have avoided,
it's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, you've avoided most of the wrecks out here from what I'm seeing, man. You were trying to stay alive. Robert Rader is as well. Some of you guys have been banged up and caught up in that wreck where Justice Murphy flipped up. But you were continuing the charge. Trevor Keith, man, good luck to you.
Right.
Give me your shout-outs before I let you go.
Oh, man, just shout out KSX. If you guys need a paint scheme, logo, anything, shoot me up on Facebook, Keystone Racing Graphics. KB Masonry, my buddy, he's on the car, help him with his race car too. So he put my logo on the car, so his logo is on mine. And you guys always do a great job. Vet2Track, obviously, as well. Pretty awesome what we're doing here today. Thanks Travis and Kevin putting this together. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, and really for a great cause, and try to raise up a little money and see you guys out here trying to survive just one lap without somebody getting hammered to pieces out here. Trevor Keith, good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, Trevor Keith, back to his hole, hiding with everybody else as these guys keep it on rolling. We'll see if we can grab a hold of a couple more drivers as they keep going here. I think it's pretty funny how they go and how they roll. Very, very difficult out here. Grant Thorpe, he's rolling on out there. Looking to see how he is hanging on. Right now, he's almost blown to pieces. Right now, he's leading the race. Not too bad by the number 77. Looking rocking and rolling here. Definitely making a good work of it here. So let's see if we can find... Looking to see if we can find a couple of guys. I already see smoke here in the background. I think Devin Hudgens might be in some trouble. Good Lord. Yeah, Devin Hudgens got tangled up in something back here on lap 16. We'll see if we can grab a hold of Devin Hudgens. Oh, no. Now, Devin Hudgens got a long way to win this race. Sitting down in 20th now. He's got a long way to go. Let's kind of see how Devin Hudgens is doing out there. I know he's been having a boatload of trouble out there already. And we'll see how he's doing. Let's take a look. Yeah, you see Devin Hudgens trying to give a quick head check here as much faster cars are slinging by him. Definitely difficult. I think he's probably on edge here. But we'll try to grab a hold of Devin Hudgens here. And let's see if we can wake him up. Devin Hudgens, you got a copy?
How you doing?
Dude, we are riding along with you. We are looking right out your visor. Talk to me about this race, man. You got tangled up a little bit there on 16.
Yeah, to be honest, I am terrified of this track, but I absolutely love this track, especially with the extreme banking. But it's been a good fun race so far. We've all been smiles and laughs. It's been a pretty calm time out in the general chat.
Yeah. Well, definitely, everybody's kind of like, if you were racing for points, how serious would we have to get here?
Well, I would have really hoped for a caution and probably a fast repair, but it would. Let's see, lap 17. I wouldn't be too worried right now.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to come down pit road. I'm sure a lot of guys are saying there were 100% fuel. Fuel might not be an option here tonight. How is the fuel looking out there, by the way?
Let me look over here. It says that we got 20 laps. I would say we will definitely need to at least do one stop.
Okay. All right. So might have to top off right before we head back out for the next round. Devin, man, Jade is rooting you on out here, but she's hoping that you can bounce back from this one. Shout out time.
A shout out to Jade, my dad. I'm sure he's watching. You guys at SimTrax, Racing Revolution, and Vet2Track.
Alrighty, man. Good luck to you out there tonight. Hopefully we'll be inside your car when you get up toward the front.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Patrick.
Yep, not a problem. All right, everybody, here's Devin Hudgens. He's rocking and rolling out here on the track. So far, so good. Sitting 23rd. Looks like he's got Daniel Holloway, who I thought was behind him, but it actually might be... Boy, who is that? Sorry about that. We got a lot of new drivers here tonight, and we're trying to figure out who in the world is who out there. Looking like, I believe, the 09 is what that's looking like. But we'll see if we can grab a hold of somebody else up there and see if we can see what they've got to say. Maybe we'll find, yeah, maybe that's who we'll find. We'll see if we can find, the Burns.
Howdy, howdy.
There he is. All right, Jeremy Burns, talk to me about this race, man. Right now, you were in a kind of a decent gaggle of cars here.
Yeah, you see this 21 car? I kind of want to get by him. Oh, it looks like I'm falling back now. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to build up a little bit of a run here because the end of the stage is going to be here at the end of this lap. I got Bennett behind me, so Saul did. And we're going to see if we can make a little run here. Looks like we're getting a huge shot here down the back. So I'm going to try to arc it up here. See if I can slam it down in there. And just see if I can make her stick.
You lost Bennett, though. Bennett looks like a tail on the dog. Kind of got lost the track there. We'll see if you can... Oh. You slipped a little bit.
Rolling out of it. Oh, that was a lot of fun, though.
Dude, this track and the way everybody's racing out here, this is dangerous, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't had more people in the catch fence yet, but... We'll see on lap 59 or 60 how many we can rack up total, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, am I not mistaken? Is this a Casey Kane paint scheme?
Actually, it's Bill Elliott. I mean, you could call it Kane because he also drove in it, but initially I was going for Bill Elliott because the game that I grew up on was NASCAR Thunder 2003, and this is actually something he ran the 03 season, so... And I remember Bill Elliott was always in the 9, so I thought that would be a pretty cool little throwback.
Okay, good. Glad I asked that. Well, Jeremy, you know, with the way this track and this race is going, who do you think might win it here tonight?
Oh gosh. Hopefully me. But at the same time, you just have to be there at the end, and that can be literally anybody. So, as much as I would say me, I would also say quite literally everybody.
All right, man. I hope this Gen 4 car treats you as well as the next gen did in the regular season. Give me your shout outs here before we let you go.
I gotta shout out my mom and dad, everyone else in the family, my girlfriend, Chapman Environmental, who supported me all season, and Vet2Track as well, because they were awesome to support this, and it was a great foundation to donate to, and they put on this event, so it's awesome. And anyone else out there that's watching, thank you for the support, and yeah.
All right, Jeremy Burns.
And shout out you guys.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Jeremy Burns will send him back up to his team. We're getting ready to bring down Jim Whittam here in just a moment. We'll have a little conversation with what's going on out there. I know right now we got a few guys out there thinking about, you know, what in the world, or was it a good idea? Speaking of which, let's see if we can find Justice Murphy. Justice, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Dude, I cannot wait to see how your pit stop's going to go here. Talk to me a little bit about that wreck we had out here.
Which one, Patrick? Which one?
Well, okay. We'll first start with the one that took out the entire front 20.
Yeah, Trevor thought he was more clear than he was. When you're closing in the corner there, you can't really clear yourself down. That goes for any of the supers. Here, Daytona, Talladega, you're kind of in a bad spot. So he just kind of cleared himself down, and it forced me onto the apron. And you do not want to hit the apron in these cars, in case y'all didn't see the whole wreck. And then wreck number 2, I had my future teammate Trevor Keith pushing me, and my current teammate Jacob, a lap down, apparently needed 4 of the 9 lanes on the track. So there we were.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, and I was looking. I thought you had rotated up in turn 4 and slammed into Jacob Sirkovich. Like I wasn't sure if it was on purpose.
I wish. There's a few people I'd probably like to wreck on purpose, but including, I don't know if you're in my car right now. This paint scheme immediately to my left right now. They disrespect Odell Sr. I don't know if that car is going to make it to the end, boys.
Oh wow! No kidding, dude. Dude? I assume he's had a conversation about this, hasn't he?
Yeah, he kind of got it earlier from everybody, so we'll see what happens.
Wow.
But if I can keep that car from getting parked in Victory Lane and it not look too terrible, I might do it.
All right. Justice, shout-out time, brother.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Awesome broadcast. Putting on a great show tonight, hopefully, for Vet2Track in this charity race. We love to do these things every year, and I think the plan is to kind of rotate who we're donating to. Shout out to All About Bugs, our sponsor normally. Had to throw on the Menard scheme with Blaney winning the title a couple weeks ago. So hopefully get this thing in victory lane at the end of 60 laps.
All righty, Justice. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Justice Murphy there in the number 18 here tonight as guys double stack and get ready to go. What an awesome job here as we're going to go ahead through lap 24 as these guys get ready to crunch down here. I'm looking to see if I can get a hold of Jim here. Jim, you got a copy?
I do.
Dude, appreciate you joining us here at Vet2Track, man, here at the iRacing Super Speedway. We're about to go back under green here, man, and this race has been wild.
It's been crazy.
Well, the amount of speed, the way these shovel-nosed cars are, it makes you wonder, guys, in real life, man, how in the world they were pushing each other on those super speedways, or if they were just backing off. But I do want to get a little bit about the speedways and things, like what Vet2Track does. And can you get more in depth? How did it get started, and what are you guys doing now?
So the way it got started was when I came home from, Afghanistan. I had a lot of issues, and I started doing motorcycle track days. Did those for 2 years, and then I decided that I was going to find a way to help other veterans find the same thing I did. Even if it was just for a weekend, or even a day. Something to get them completely out of their head for a while. So we started putting them on motorcycle track days. Sorry, my little dog's barking on the background here. And then we did that for a few years, and we started putting veterans on Moto America race teams as part of their pit crew.
Oh, wow. So they got to be like right along with the guys.
Yep. And one of the stipulations that we have is that they're actually an active part of the team. They don't just get to hang around and watch. So they're always given a job, and they've had a blast doing it.
Cool. So how does somebody get involved with Vet2Track?
So there's a couple different ways. One is if you want to volunteer to help with the veterans, help in our vendor booth, help, with communications while we're at the track, things like that. We have on our store website, if you go to store.vet2track.org, there is a link on there for volunteer. And you fill that out, tell what, you want, or basically what your background is, what can you help with. If you want to be a sponsored veteran, you can sign up either on the track day link or on the Moto America link. And then we go through a selection process, notify the people, and then when they do come to the track for either event, we have a place for them to stay. We feed them. Everything is at no cost to the veteran while they're there, other than their travel to the track.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So, I mean, so it's even kind of an all-inclusive thing. It's not really that much, kind of show up and do the thing. You guys even, I call them, kind of drink them and feed them, man. Definitely making sure they are A-okay and especially very, very comfortable of what they're, what they can come out and do. Everything kind of squared away, make sure they're going to be, whoa, boy, sorry about that big wreck out there on the track. Boy, it looks like a couple guys got tangled up in that one.
It sure did.
Holy cow.
And the good thing about having everybody, staying together is when you get a bunch of veterans together, first they start talking about what happened during the day. Then they start talking about more stories. And next thing you know, you start having some real conversations. People start talking about things that they're dealing with. And chances are somebody else in that group has dealt with something like that as well. So it becomes this kind of authentic, I hate to say therapy session, but it's just a very healing environment.
Well, and a whole lot of pieces where they don't feel alone. They're not the same, they're not the only one fighting any sort of issue with PTSD or, things like that coming along, that other people, who have done the exact same thing or either, recovering or learning to cope with it or anything like that. You guys are kind of helping get them all together and doing something that they all love to do and being able to, kind of try to fix the problem at the root, kind of really at the root cause.
Absolutely. And one of the things that doing the Moto America piece, one of the big takeaways that we've gotten from a lot of the veterans is for a team to be successful, you have to have multiple people doing different things. But when you get home, you need that team as well. You need that friend that's funny. You need that friend that holds you accountable. You need to have that friend that you can talk to, so you start to build your own team. And another piece to it is, you can't win a race if you don't have goals that you accomplish to get there. And a lot of times after people get home, they isolate themselves from the majority of society, and they stop setting those goals. So without the goals, you're not going to end up anywhere. So it does help them to set goals, and almost every single veteran has said that just that experience has taught them to go back to setting goals again.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing and how it helps. How many people have you guys helped? I mean, is it kind of, are we in the, we got big numbers, or I'm trying to learn more about Vet2Track here.
So on average, we do between 1 and 4 veterans per Moto America round. We normally have 3 to 4 scheduled for every round. We've had a lot of cancellations the last year or so. Some people it's work, some people it's, I think that they just get too much anxiety and they pull out at the last minute. But there were 10 rounds this year, and we did 8 of them. So I can't remember exactly how many we had, but we had around 20 something that we did this year.
Okay. But I'm assuming you still check in on those guys who had to cancel, making sure everything is
absolutely
okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, and that's what I like, is you guys also do that follow through. But go ahead, bud.
And we also stay in contact with most of the vets that have been a part of it. We do reach out to them on a fairly regular basis. At least once a month, I try to reach out to people, and some people you can just tell that I don't need that anymore, and I stop. But every once in a while, they'll reach back out to me. So it's nice having that open line of communication. And I give every one of them my personal phone number and tell them I don't care what time of day or night it is. If you need somebody to talk to, that phone always rings. It's always answered. So
Wow.
there's always somebody to reach out to.
No, yeah. Yeah, and so I know some people out there are kind of skeptical here, Jim, and I kind of, I like you to kind of make sure we're looking through clear water here. Is how real is PTSD out there? I mean, how big of an issue is it? Is it a real serious problem, or is this kind of just a, some people almost say it's just kind of another disease that a doctor's making up?
It's very real. As somebody who has dealt with it for the last 10 years, there's days that it's fine. Other days, it's everything I can do to even get up and go to work. The lack of sleep, a lot of very intrusive thoughts during the day. And every person, it affects every person slightly differently. So what I have may be different than, how you experience it. I know some people that only have problems when they sleep. I have other people that the only time that they have issues is if they get certain smells, certain sounds. It's an immediate flashback to a bad situation. And for me, it's motion. I was the NCOIC of an Afghan training team, and I still went as a gunner on almost every one of our missions. So my job was to keep an eye on everybody, us and the Afghans. So anytime I saw motion, I had to figure out why something was moving, what was going on, and here I am 10 years later, and I can't stop doing that. So I can be sitting someplace and I see something move, and I need to know why. So it puts me right back in the turret.
Right. So yeah, whether to hunker down or do we need to go live or say anything like that? Man, that is tough. I know I've met guys before. It was loud crashing noises, something like that. And they said, man, that just sounds like artillery. And the guy would start ducking and moving around, and it seemed kind of funny at first, but after a while, you kind of seemed like, whoa, wait a second, I didn't have to deal with anything like that, and guys are out there, just trying to stay alive, fighting for our freedoms out there, and doing what you guys do, and the sacrifice you guys have put out, and it's just it's it's not funny anymore, but it's a lot more understandable as to what in the world is going on, as guys are unfortunately kind of coming to pieces. Just trying to kind of cope with all this, and you hate seeing guys kind of get hung out to dry, no one out there to help them, no matter how much somebody says, hey, something's wrong, something's not right, and they're trying to figure out, really the best course of action, and that's where you guys come in, and that's just really, that is a great thing. And even, Racing Revolution, Travis Gilbert out here, they're trying to do their best to get a little money raised up, and hopefully send another vet to the track.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody knows this, but Travis is actually on my team in Afghanistan. He was on my team for the majority of the time that I was over there. And he's also been a recipient of a weekend on a Motor America team. So
oh, wow.
He's got a little more invested in it than, just putting the name on his car.
Right.
He's been a part of it.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of guys, they were starting to also represent Vet2Track on the side of their cars as well. I believe with the Go for Broke team and that and those gentlemen there. But man, it's definitely, and so Travis would be one of those guys that you help.
Yes.
No kidding. Yep. Man. That's pretty awesome. So other than kind of going to the website of Vet2Track.org, how else can we find you guys?
So we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Our email is info@Vet2Track.org. Currently, unfortunately, our main website is down. So go to the store support.vet2track.org.
I'm glad I asked then. Holy cow. Because
Yeah.
yeah, that is something. But, it's, man, I'm really impressed at what you guys have been able to do. And kind of the following you're starting to get is, what I like is the fact of racing comes into helping guys out. It's no longer just a bunch of guys turning left. Is guys can, kind of group together, find something they love to do, or find a release, and just be able to kind of be able to help cope with these sort of things. It's just kind of, it's kind of like, I almost say like somebody who's extremely angry in a rage room. You find one of these guys out there, that have PTSD or are having, some issues that they need help work through, and you guys just help provide a solution.
Yeah, and the thing about racing and track days and things like that is, even though the majority of people at that event are not veterans, they still have a very similar mindset. So, just a statistic from one of the directors of one of the track day organizations that I belong to. 1% of the U.S. population, I take that back, about 3% of the U.S. population has served in combat. About 7% has actually been in the military. But about 25 to 35% of any given track day across the United States are veterans. So it's something that a lot of veterans have found helps them. And the community within those track days is very similar to the military. Because it's a dangerous sport, everybody watches out for each other. You can pit next to somebody, and then the next thing you know, you're best friend. You stay in contact even away from the track. And it's just a very tight-knit community. Somebody will crash, and you'll see people coming over, don't even know the guy's name. Here's the part you need. Give it back to me at the end of the day. So, just so that they can ride with it.
Right. And that's something you like to see, is just guys, putting aside their feelings and kind of coming together, and that's just so...
Yeah. It's that camaraderie.
Yeah, it's just...
Another thing is veterans have a hard time trusting a lot of civilians. But if you and I are going into turn one together, I don't have a choice but to trust you. Or I get off the track. It's one or the other. So it teaches them to focus on being able to trust in situations where they probably wouldn't have before. So there's just so many things that dovetail together with all of that.
Wow. Man, and I don't know if you're out there reading the chat a little bit, but I'll kind of spit a little bit out here. Caleb Gilbert is also saying, thank you, Jim. Glad to be a part of such a great cause. Unfortunately, he couldn't be out here, but he is grateful to contribute to such a great program. Luis Taylor is also out there saying, to all veterans out there, thank you for your service and your families, for your sacrifices while your loved ones were away. Pray for them each and every day, no matter what or where our veterans are. And they will also be taking care of the loved one. Big thank you to Sergeant Whitmore for giving your veterans with PTSD the opportunity to go to Road America, and thank you for your service. And I think that's supposed to be Whittam. Little typo there.
I get that all the time. No worries.
Gotta love the phones. They definitely stab it in. Alrighty, Jim. Well, we are coming here to the end of stage number 2. Anything you want to add, buddy, before we let you and Travis get back out of here and talk with some strategy, because he might just win this thing?
I just want to thank everybody for helping support us. It really does mean a lot, and I just want to thank everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people will be looking out for you guys, and hopefully more will join along, and kind of realize that there is somebody out there that, that is looking to help, that there are people out here trying to help them as well, and really to me, that's the best medicine, is guys just trying to, get over that next hump, find the help that they need, and try to return back to a normal life.
Absolutely.
Back with everything else. Jim, appreciate you, buddy, and hopefully. Go ahead.
And one thing, if anybody wants to contact me, Facebook and Instagram are probably the easiest way. Reach out to me on there. I'm the one who answers every single question, every single phone call for Vet2Track, so you always get me. I'm the founder. You're going to get the straight poop. You're not going to get a receptionist that doesn't know what she's talking about or he's talking about.
Awesome. Jim, man, I love what you're doing, man. Keep up the good work, and I hope to see this organization grow farther than you ever expected.
Me too. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Jim. All right, everybody. That is Jim Whittam. Definitely an excellent organization that he's kicking off here. And really, he's been doing it for a long time. He's been helping veterans as much as he can, trying to kick it to the side, make things happen. And, to me, I just love what Vet2Track does. I love the military. I love racing. Why not put the two together, help these guys out, and make it happen? Now, I'm not saying we're going to be racing Humvees out here, but, man, definitely these guys being able to come out here to a kind of a Road America or a Moto America racing team out here, let these guys have at it and go to it. And they are committed to improving the quality of lives of veterans with PTSD and other disabilities through the use of motorsports camaraderie and being part of a team, battling PTSD one lap at a time. So keep that in mind. That is what these guys are trying to do their most. So what they do is they put their veterans on a pit crew of a Moto America race team for a full weekend to be an active part of the team, not just a spectator. They put them into the pits. They put them on the team, and they are able to do more than just sit there and watch, man. And that's one thing. We as race fans, you guys sitting back here watching these guys race here at the iRacing Super Speedway, we're just watching. These guys have the chance to be out there on the track, in pit road, in the pit stalls, being able to wine and dine, make it happen, and really enjoy each other's company and kind of bond together and bring that as well. But they also do motorcycle track days where the veterans get to feel the exhilaration of the track, clear their mind, and enjoy that camaraderie of the track life. Out here on the track, Dustin Renstedel, Matthew Robinson, Trevor Earhart, and Justice Murphy are actually starting in the front two rows here. This is going to be an interesting run of what we're going to see in the final stage of this race. Pit road has been emptied out. Drivers are back onto the track, obviously not having to fix any damage. These guys have been squared away, back onto the track, being nice and clean. Pace car lights are off. Who is going to win this one? This is going to be a tough restart, and if there's one thing I want to do is grab one of the guys in the second or third row, pull them in here, and absolutely break them to pieces here, as they are unfortunately going to be unable to collect each other and get to a decent restart. But we'll try to get a hold of the number 21 of Trevor Earhart here in just a moment. But I'm just joking around. I do want to make sure they can get to a decent restart here, because some of these guys have been wrecked before they can even get to turn one. Remember, there are no cautions, so kind of survival is the key here. And holding on is going to be kind of really king here, as this is what has got to happen. Already going three wide here in the back from what I see, with Grant Thorpe looking to see if he can slide underneath the 31 Albert Likens. 29 machine sitting right behind him. That should be Tay McDonald looking to see if they can pull on through. Raider doing his usual, hanging out here in the top 10, trying to see if he can hold on though. But man, he's got a boatload of trouble no matter where he goes. So this is going to be very, very interesting. But we'll see how well the number 21 machine is doing out there. Trevor Earhart, you're in second, buddy. Talk to me about this race so far.
It's been wild, which is kind of what I figured it was going to be. It's only going to get more wild from here, but it's been a lot of fun. This track's a blast. The runs you can get are ridiculous. The pushing you can do a little bit. You just got to be gentle with it, but we're out here for a good cause. We've raised a lot of money for the Vet2Track guys. Super proud of everybody in the league and everybody that wasn't in the league that came out tonight to support it. We're just out here to have fun, man. We had a terrible indoor season in RR, but we're out here having fun with everybody, just laughing, making jokes and trying to put on a good show for everybody.
At least cutting up, man. Right now, I see Patrick O'Toole and Michael Bennett. They just got smoked off the track there with Ray Lane. I'm sure you would be able to look at your rearview mirror and see it happening, but it looks like Robert Rader's sitting behind you. How nervous are you?
Well, if I think back to Daytona at the start of the season, I was behind him, and it didn't end too well for him, but it ended great for me. I kind of got that same feeling that it might not end great for me, but we'll see. At the end of the day, man, we're just here for the fun, for our troops and everybody who served our country, and whatever happens. I'm just here to laugh and have a good time.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, it's definitely, you guys are having a good time out there, and everybody is, for the most part, surviving. Trevor, right now, that doesn't look good. This Raider just slides out from behind you. Trevor, quick shout-out, man, before I let you go. You got to start concentrating. I'll see if I can mix somebody else up.
all my family, grandparents, sister, brother-in-law, my niece, nephew, my mom and my dad, I think they're all tuning in tonight. We're going to see if we can get this thing a win. If not, hopefully we're upside down on fire in the turn 4 fence by the end of this thing.
Boy, that is not... We are 4 wide here in the back. Trevor, good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Holy cow, everybody. Right now we are seeing Trevor Earhart. He is trying to hold on to it. Something fierce as everybody's almost killing each other right behind him. This is looking pretty wild. We'll see if we can find somebody else that we might mix up here. I want to find, and I bet you he's hiding, as I am looking for the number 27 of Kevin Orlando. He is hiding right now. Out there right now, Kevin Orlando is trying his best to stay in the top 10 as he gets bumped out and heads back to 12th position. Right now, he is tucked in behind Devin Hudgens and Raider. Hudgens working his way on the inside. Hudgens sits 4 wide. Grant Thorpe on the outside. Thorpe about to end up in a 5 wide, but no can do. Grant Thorpe trying to hold on to it the best he can here and see if he can slice on through. I definitely want to wake him up here, and that would definitely be something to see. I'm looking to see also as well where Jeffrey Israel is. Jeffrey Israel sitting back here in the pile, and we'll see if we can grab a hold of him out there on the track and see what he has to say. Seeing I'm sure we have a few fans watching him here, and we'll see if we can grab a hold of him. Jeffrey Israel, no cussing here, buddy, but talk to me about this race.
It's a blast. It's pretty fun.
Dude, there has been a lot of trouble out here on the track. How are you hanging out?
Not very well. I got involved in Rob's, doing, and then the one car came up, but other than that, it's pretty fun. So now I met up with Rob. We're trying to get it done.
All right. Well, it looks like the Mark Martin scheme isn't paying off here tonight. Looks like they're trying, though, but, talk to me a little bit about these cars. You wish Racing Revolution would go to this for season 4?
They're a low boy.
Oh.
Hey.
We are watching it. You almost made it. Yes. He makes it.
Yeah, it was a close one. The cars are a lot of fun to drive. The more horsepower is definitely where it's at. And I wouldn't be opposed to trying them out for a season, see what everybody thinks.
That might be something. Let's see if we can keep poking at Kevin Orlando and Robert Raider. Consider maybe a Monday league or something in Gen 4s.
I told them I'd do it.
Yes. No, we're having trouble getting people to stick to what they're going to say. All right, Jeffrey Israel, we have got you, man. Hey, camera, looking good, buddy. Everybody's able out there and see you. So give me your shout-outs here. Let's get you back and see if you can get into the top 10.
Shout out to my boy Caleb. He's the one that bullied me into getting this webcam, so did it for him.
He said, if I did it, you got to do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
There we go. That means all drivers of Element X Racing are in it. Jeffrey Israel, good luck to you, buddy, and hopefully we'll see how you do. I know I can't wait for the next season. It's going to be a while before it gets there, but we'll eventually make it. Good luck, buddy, and right now you're sitting 12.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, everybody, there's Jeffrey Israel in the number 6. He's going to see if he can hold on to her here. Trying to keep on going right now. Caleb Gilbert, he's dying out there. He's not going to. Oh, man. These guys are having a go at it. Oh, yes. A guy, probably one of the guys, very few guys, he can make me laugh a whole bunch. Let me see if I can find him. Michael Bennett, your race here, buddy. This is not going the way you wanted it, is it?
Absolutely not. No, it's the exact opposite. Am I last right now?
No,
I'm dead last.
You're 26th.
All right. Yeah, it's been a good time, man. These cars handle a push very well, and everybody's exploited that tonight. I've been ranked by 218 cars. That's a new record.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think either one of them are going to be your teammate the next round in the next season. But, yeah, right now I believe Kyle Diaz and Joseph Joya are sitting behind you. So,
all right.
Yeah, so how fast are these cars getting out there on the track?
When we're in the pack, the last time I looked down while we were in the pack for the 20 seconds I've actually been up in it, we were going like 210, I think is what I saw. Right now, just me and Jacob by ourselves, we're going 200, 205, somewhere in that range on the straightaways. But yeah, 210's the highest I've seen.
All right. Some of these guys I've been talking to out there would love to see some wrecks. Have you thought about dumping the guy in front of you to slow them down?
No, I haven't. Because I've been yelling at everybody else for dumping me. So I'd hate to go back down and then, get called a hypocrite.
Here we go. Come on, man. I see how the box runs. Everybody's a hypocrite. Right. Everybody does the finger point, and everybody says it was you.
Yep.
All right, Michael. Well, hey, they have been kind of tossing around whether it might be a good idea to be a Gen 4 league, maybe a Monday night. Would you join one?
So I can't join anything other than the Wednesday night, just for the fact of the business. Getting it started up, we're an inspection away from being able to actually go out and sell. So the only thing I've talked my business partner into doing is letting me have Wednesday nights off for the next gen league. But if we were to switch to these cars full time, it would be fun. I would be okay with that.
All right. I was gonna say, man, I was gonna ask you because you almost answered my next question. How the business is going? So you guys are getting ready to launch, man.
Yeah, man, we've got the trailer fully built out. We've had our plans submitted to the city for review. Once they come back and are approved, then all we have to do is schedule an inspection. Should happen in the next couple days after we get that back, and then we're out making money, man.
All right, so Slurp Soda's about to take off.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Sweet. All right. Well, you got any more shout-outs?
Shout out to my grandparents in Pennsylvania. My cousin Stacy, cousin Lena, Aunt Karen. Got some viewers in watching. They've been watching the past couple weeks, but haven't really done anything to get some TV time. So shout out to all them. Shout out to my team. This is still fun. Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go.
We're gonna continue watching.
I'm just going full speed. Yep. There it is. All right. Woo. Yeah.
Somebody went airborne. Almost got your lap back.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm just cruising now. It's just a nice Sunday drive.
All right, Michael Bennett. Good luck to you, buddy, and hopefully your business takes off, man. We'll keep an eye and see how it kicks off for you.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'll definitely update you.
All right, thanks, Michael. All right, everybody, that is Michael Bennett here. We're gonna toss him back into the room, see if we can grab a hold of Nick Alves here. We got 5 laps left to go. Definitely an interesting toss-up here. Where's Nick Alves? He's on the lead lap. Nick, you got a copy?
I do. What's going on?
Oh, of course you got a copy, man. This race is this is a wild one here, buddy. Oh, dude, did a caution just get thrown out?
Yeah, we were talking about it. If with 10 to go, if there's less than 5 guys in the pack to throw a caution, but I think with what just happened there, with only having really 3 guys in the main pack, hopefully me and Alex catching back up here, but end up throwing a caution anyway, just to make it a little bit more interesting for the finish.
Man, dude, I'm looking at it, and the Performance Motorsports team has at least 3 people here in the top 10.
Yeah, some say that Performance was the second best team last year, and it proved it in the team points, and I think we've proved ourselves as a good Super Speedway team and a good overall team as one. So I'm not surprised at all for a bunch of us to be up here.
Yeah, it was a bummer though. Matthew Robinson not being able to come away with Rookie of the Year though. Definitely was. It was tough, but hey, as a team, you guys are really all winners. You know, you guys are the only ones to get all 4 of your members in.
Yeah, that was a big accomplishment for all of us. Actually, actually, we're the only team to actually make it to the final 12 altogether. So that was pretty cool having all of us advance on the first round, and then obviously 2 of us got knocked out in the second round, and 2 again in the third round. But overall, it was a great season for all of us. But it's a great time being out here. Good cause. I know Vet2Track, Travis does a amazing job promoting that, and actually it was kind of great of him to get the season finale win with that too. So kind of cool for him to win last week, and then trying to put on a good show for the broadcast and you guys hopefully today as well.
Oh yeah, well there are cars flying all over the place trying to keep up, but man, my little ticker over here to the side showing Raider got caught up with Holloway, Burns, Justice Murphy, and Kevin Orlando. That was the last one before the caution came out. Definitely, as guys are getting minced up out here. For any of the viewers out here, and we're all enjoying the Vet2Track, but the Racing Revolution is the main clutch of guys that are here. Do you have any news that you can spill about the next season of kind of how it's developing? I mean, I'm assuming we're staying on the same schedule as real life, but is there anything else? Are we staying next gens? Are we Gen 4s?
So,
are we, what's happening?
So we're staying next gen. We are doing the same, matching the IRL schedule with the actual NASCAR. We're gonna take 2 races off, I believe, that are just to get guys an extra off week. Actually, we have so far confirmed 36 drivers, full-time drivers for next year as of today, so that's real exciting. Other than that, other news to come. I'd say it's still in the works a little bit for next season. We actually have a planned admin meeting after the race today and next week as well, just to get some things put into concrete. But a lot of big news coming from us, a lot of big news coming soon, and hopefully a big get-together as well coming for the RR guys in Charlotte for the Coke 600. So more to come with that as well.
Yes. Hopefully we'll see a podcast of your updates, and maybe you guys will kind of spill the beans and maybe something will happen.
Thank you, Patrick. I almost forgot. We are having a season-ending podcast episode. It may be tomorrow. If not, it will be the week after that. We just want to make sure we have everything wrapped up so we can basically talk about everything all in one episode to bring to the viewers and the guys here at that race at RR.
Sweet. Nick, shout-out time, brother.
Always. Thank you for a great season, Patrick. You guys do a fantastic job, you and Stella. I can't wait for next season for you guys to come on board as well. A big shout out to my teammates at Performance Motorsports, Maddie, Alex, and Bennett. They did a great job this season. Can't wait for next season, bringing back the same group of guys. We have team paint schemes right now, so I know you're seeing them. So it's a little shout out to all of us for the hard work that we did over the season. And then big shout out to Chapman Environmental Services, Butt Kicker, Ultimate Siding Guttering, Coastal Financial, my main sponsor, and always, and the reason for today, Vet2Track. If you haven't or don't know what they are, please look them up on Facebook, Instagram. We will be posting about them on socials as well. So if you have any, if you want to donate anything, or just look them up in general, I believe it's Vet2Track.com. You can also check them up on the website as well.
Oh, yeah. I think Jim just said the website's down, so the .org is
Ooh,
down. Nick,
that's okay.
Yeah, they said where we could find them, and definitely we'll find out. Nick, good luck to you, buddy, and hopefully you can come away with a win here.
Appreciate it, Patrick. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, as that, we finish up with Nick here. When he comes back and watches the broadcast, it is a shopping cart, not a buggy. Let's get through here. Looks like Matthew Robinson, he'll be sitting in the second spot. Now, Matthew Robinson has actually been pretty comparable out there to Michael Bennett. He is a very, very strong super speedway driver, and we'll have to see if he can do that. Matthew Robinson and Dustin Renstedel, these guys have raced side by side before. If you guys remember anything about the Coast to Coast Racing League that I had originally broadcasted there for a little while. That you'll see these two guys have been side by side before. They've raced very, very well together, and hopefully we'll see Dustin Renstedel join the Racing Revolution League and hopefully be able to kick it with the remainder of these guys here with the Racing Revolution. 3 laps left to go. Should be 2 once we hit the line. So far, a couple C2C drivers out here in the front. Definitely trying their hand and seeing if a little bit tougher racing, how it's going to go. Let's get this one back under green. So far, so good. Heading out through the start-finish line. Heading into turn 1. Remember, this is 3 miles, so it's going to take a little bit for these cars to get up to speed. We're already over 170 miles an hour. Trying to get rocking and roll here. Trying to see if they can floss their way on through. Kevin Orlando sitting 8th. Right now, he's in a bad spot. Alex Forget, he's trying to figure out how to get his way through. Let's take a look. Definitely a tough move here. You see Alex Forget trying to get past Travis Gilbert. Boy, what a tough area. Very, very, very tough. As you can see, guys starting to spread out. About 3 wide here. I think Devin Hudgens is about to be in a little bit of trouble. He's getting hammered. Devin Hudgens, no, he's going down to 17th here. Not a good look. Oh no, he gets collected by the 21. Ricochets off. Trevor Earhart continues. White flag. Renstedel still leads this lap here as we shoot on through. Already, Renstedel, Robinson, Alves sitting 1, 2, and 3. Travis Gilbert looking for a shot. Now after his last win, he's still hungry for another one, looking to see if anybody's going to help him. Travis Gilbert and Kevin Orlando might be linking up here outside line. Here comes Daniel Holloway looking to see if he can fly on through as we've got guys tangling up in the back. There's a huge wreck. That's going to get Grant Turner. That's going to get Michael Bennett. That gets everybody here in the back. But let's keep here with the front as Jacob Sirkovich, and Chris Schaefer, Grant Thorpe, Albert Likens all caught up in that one. Daniel Holloway gets bumped here. Looks like by Jeremy Burns. Burns gets knocked out. Travis Gilbert into the lead here. Gilbert trying to hold on to it. Gilbert he's staying out of the way. Nick Alves into the front. Nick Alves wins the race by 70 thousandths of a second over Travis Gilbert. Holy cow, what a close call. Right at the line. Wow, what a run. Jeffrey Israel comes 10th. What a huge wreck here right at the end. Wow. Here's the tangle up here with Holloway. Looks like he catches Justice Murphy. And then there's another mashup here. Renstedel to the outside pushes Travis Gilbert out of the way. Oh boy, somebody shoots down pit road. That looks like Matthew Robinson. Wow, what a race here right at the end. Yeah, right there. This is where Ralphs gets him. Right at the line. Yeah, now that finish was over 215 miles an hour. Them coming across the line. Look at this. Jeremy Burns sending it under Renstedel here. Is that Trevor Keith? Yes, it is. And Trevor Keith is on his lid. Everybody else still trying to shoot on through here. Yes. Terry Earhart. Yes, this looks like a demolition derby. Whoa. Hard shot there to Alice Forget. Well, hopefully we'll see our race results here, kind of how this one ended up. Alves gets him. Travis Gilbert second. Matthew Robinson ended up third. Not too bad. Dustin Renstedel was fourth. Jeremy Burns sits fifth. Raider ended up 9th. Everybody, that's a track out there saying that's going to leave a mark. So Nick Gals is going to be hoping for a win like that later on. In the season. Good Lord, what a run. Wow. Wow. Just a insane race here right at the end, especially the way this is going. Terry Hart out there saying looking forward to next season. Yes, I am as well. I cannot wait. It's driving me crazy we aren't already getting back underway. I'll tell you, there is a race I'd be concerned with if we go back to the LA Coliseum. That might not be good. I don't know how that would fare. So we'll see how that goes. All right, everybody. You know what comes next. We're going to head to the setup here, and then we'll try to get our guys down here into the booth, and we'll have a conversation about this silly race as we get underway here for the finish up here of the Vet2Track 180. All right, everybody, we are caught up with something you wouldn't believe. Now, checking back, our third place finisher is actually Matthew Robinson here, and I have been taking a peek at how this happened. Matthew Robinson shot down pit road from contact with the rest of the field. The contact from the rest of the field shot him down pit road, which clears his black flag. And you went without without having to get in that last mess at the line through 2 concrete barriers, and which was your safety to try and go full force to the end. Matthew Robinson, I'm fairly certain this is a surprise to you.
It's a first, that's for sure. My own teammate turned me down pit road, and I just stayed in it.
Yeah, we were looking at Chopper View, and I said, boy, who was that? It looked like he shot off the edge. I wasn't sure if you were able to hold on to it and keep digging. So you were our third place finisher here at the Vet2Track 180. You ended up in some trouble here during the race. And, man, talk to me about how we keep going with as many cars wrecking in front of you.
I mean, I got rear-ended on the start twice. I got my tires were picked up. I had no chance of keeping it straight. And then that last one, I wasn't going to pit. I don't think tires were worth it. I had enough fuel to make it, at least with 1 green-white checkered. Possibly could have done 2 if I turned it off and saved it, but it would have been tight.
Dude, the finish. I'm just having trouble coming to grips with the finish. So you hold it to the floor and send it through pits at light speed.
Yeah, I had no choice. I mean, I'm kind of surprised, but Rob cleared my black because it wasn't on purpose. Is what it is.
Man.
I mean, my own teammate dumped me, and I was pushing Dustin, which I haven't raced with Dustin in a long time, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I did mention the two of you guys rejoining back at the Super Speedway. Is there a chance we may see Dustin Renstedel in the Racing Revolution League this upcoming season?
Dustin is joining R&R for the future. He will be here on Wednesdays once we start the new season.
Ooh, man, how'd you do that? All right, we'll talk about that later. Matthew Robinson, man, awesome job here tonight. Give me a little, we weren't able to get to you during the race, so I'm glad you finished at a pretty high spot here. Go ahead and give me your shout-outs.
Shout outs to Vet2Track. It was a great hosted race. Simtrax, you guys are awesome. Butt Kicker, everybody that sponsors us. Performance, my team is fantastic. I can't wait for next year. We're gonna run it back and see what we can do. My parents, my kids, my wife, everybody that watches. It's been a great season. Very happy with how everything finished up.
Oh yeah, and especially with and they let you race, man, and that's just so great. You were able to come out here and join the boys, and definitely, I'm hoping you're gonna meet up with everybody else during the Charlotte run.
Yeah, I right now I'm about 95% going to the Coke 600. I think there's probably 15 or 20 of us going overall. It's gonna be a really good time. Can't wait.
Right. Yeah, I know that might be pretty exciting. Matthew Robinson, congratulations on your third place finish, man, and we'll let you practice up for the Racing Revolutions next season coming up, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody, that is going to move us to our second place finisher here, and that being Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert ended up nailing a solid spot here, and not too bad by the 341, I've got to admit, as he has been tangling around out there on the track, trying to hold it all together. But we get Travis Gilbert, and man, oh man, oh man. Travis, talk to me about this one. We were one spot away from another win.
Hey, thank you, Patrick. Was it a good show?
Dude, what a wild race, man. There were people flying everywhere, and guys able to clump it together. I thought you guys might throw out like a competition caution, try to clump everybody back together. But man, it was pretty good racing from up here.
That's awesome. I'm really awesome. Like, it satisfies me to know that Vet2Track got a good show on this charity event, and so did the Simtrax Broadcasting, and so did Racing Revolution. That's awesome for us to hear. Wow, what a race. It was intense, all kinds of action. Like, unfortunately, the big ones, because of the way that iRacing Super Speedway is designed, you get people that hit that bump and that transition, and it just naturally shoots the car up. And you guys know we're running close quarters combat. That's what this was designed for, with the Gen 4 car, with the throwback, with the Gen 4 package, where you could generate a run. You didn't have to necessarily be tandem drafting, bumper to bumper. You could get a line moving. And iRacing Super Speedway, if it wasn't their platform, all of us wouldn't even be able to do all this. So I thought it was fitting that iRacing Super Speedway was the race that we did this charity event, close quarters combat, Vet2Track, battling PTSD one lap at a time. Hopefully you guys had a great convo with Jim, and everybody came away with a lot of great info and knowledge. I look forward to looking back on the broadcast and seeing how that went.
Oh yeah, I even brought Jim back in here to join you in your second place finish here tonight, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. What's up, Jim, man? It's so awesome that we get to do this. Thank you for letting me represent Vet2Track on this platform, representing all the veterans, what you represent. We did this together in Afghanistan. We know what we did, and to do this, to battle PTSD one lap at a time, it's perfect because you know what we went through, and we both have our niche. You like motorcycles and I like racing. Here we are, though, uniting this platform together 10, 11, 12 years after we were in Afghanistan. So I'm really proud to represent Vet2Track. Thank you to Joe Wells for the paint scheme, and really thanks to Racing Revolution for putting this off. Really, Jim, we have to talk about Staff Sergeant, Carlo Greer. He was a specialist for us when we did our stuff, and he was our comms. And this is how this all came about. Was we wanted to do a special paint scheme, but there was some stuff that was going on, so we couldn't do anything for him. So this is part of that too, is representing Staff Sergeant Carlo and all of his accomplishments and what he meant to you and I when we were over there. So I really wanted to win this. Congratulations to Nick Elves. What a finish. I race my guts out for every veteran, for every military service member, and for all of our brothers and sisters that were watching us and that we ever served with, and past, present, future, brother.
You represented well.
Yeah, Luis and Macy Taylor out there as well.
I appreciate them. That would be my mom and my sister, and I thank them. They're always, they said that they had a little crew for us, so appreciate it. I didn't come away with the win, but I came away with the biggest victory is that I do believe Racing Revolution, I don't know the total, however, we're going to be able to represent 2 veterans with the Vet2Track organization next year, so that's the biggest win of all, and I want to thank everybody who came out, participated, donated, watched. Thank you, Patrick, for putting this on and your time, and it means so much. So
Yeah, not a problem, buddy.
Hopefully this generates something that we can keep doing in the future with Racing Revolution, Vet2Track, and SimTrax, and hopefully we can get some Racing Revolution members and family members, friends and family members to these events and start growing and keep this growing for years to come.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you guys. Congratulations on your second place finish here, Travis. And Jim, thanks once again, for joining me here down in the booth and kind of rooting these guys on as they came away with a wild finish here right at the end.
Sure did. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it. And right now we're going to go back to the number 24 car. And right now he's probably just as surprised as we are. Nick, a race win here, man. Looking pretty good.
Patrick, I gotta say, this is the one time the broadcaster's curse have never came into effect, I think, in an RR race before. So I appreciate you giving me confidence that I can win this and actually coming out on top.
Oh yeah, man. We made it happen, man. But you just kind of wish this was a regular season thing,
I do, but at the same time, it's still an RR sanctioned race, to be fair. I think we had like 36 to 35 guys here, so I like to think this race was harder to win than an RR race just because of the track type, how aggressive everybody was, and just the fact that literally anybody could have won this race.
Yeah. And anywhere anybody could have been. I mean, a lot of guys, even right toward the end, you thought might win it or come away with it. Renstetter was up there super close. I thought he may have had a chance. Daniel Holloway and Trevor Keith Trevor Earhart were up there trying to battle it along and ended up, I think, wiping each other out there right toward the end. I mean, just man, oh man, oh man. We talked to you here earlier in the race, and I know you can't spill the beans anymore, but man, I really wish I could get just a little more.
So I'll say this: there are some rule changes coming. There are trying to not get
How
too
about
much.
Teams? Let's do teams.
Okay,
How about
all right,
that?
we'll
That's
do
easy.
teams. Okay, teams are easy. I can confirm. Currently, I think there are 8 or 9 teams officially formed currently right now. I know I previously said that Performance is coming back as normal. I know Element X is coming back as normal, and was it Tire Slayer Racing are coming back as normal as well. Every other team, however, is coming back different. They're coming back repowered, recharged, and reloaded to come fight for these team points. So I know Element X has a big target on their back because they were the #1 team. We were the #2 team. I think I forgot who the 3 team was.
I think it was.
It might have been it was Kevin and Taze and Travis's team.
Yeah, it should have been Go for Broke.
Yeah, Go for Broke. They end up finishing P3. So I know the top 3 teams have a target on their back, and all the other teams have a lot to show and prove. So it'll be really interesting next season with the amount of teams and the many different forms of teamwork you're gonna see. Like coming to the end here, the green white checkered. I know Dustin, who it was in the 11 car. He's a buddy of Maddie's, and we said that he was in our team chat. So we were working well with him, and then obviously Matt was in front of me, and then I was behind them. And I said right from the get-go that I was going to stay on their bumper until the end, and actually it ended up working. It helped out that Dustin and Travis had him get a little bit of net code coming off of turn 4 there, so it pushed them up the track. Maddie, because the transition went down low a little bit. I told him I wasn't lifting and that I was coming, and then I guess he hesitated a little bit to come back up. I could have moved up a little bit watching the replay back, but he ended up saving the car going down the pits and getting P3s, which was it's really cool to see someone flying down the pits and getting a podium finish was really good. And then the good thing about these cars is that it's hard to see out of the left and right sides, so you don't know exactly how many cars wide you are unless you have a true spotter with you. So I was lucky enough that Travis did not know I was below him for him to come flying down and side draft me. So that was great. So it was a great performance by performance.
Yes. Cool. Man, Nick, this is gonna be pretty wild. I cannot wait to sit on the outside and watch the podcast, man, because I'm hoping to see what you guys all have going, especially with this league. This league has grown immensely. You guys have really boomed, and a lot of leagues, they struggle at this point. Trying to keep attendance, trying to keep interest, and being able to have the right people doing the right thing on the right track. When you're not having somebody go in there and turning into a bowling ball. You guys are just you got something going here, and seeing how much it's growing, how fast it's growing, how many people are interested as concrete drivers. This has really got to be something, and you being kind of one of the admins and the mouthpieces in here, this has got to be huge for you guys with the upcoming season.
Yeah, I will say really quickly, I know the 6 guys that probably don't get enough credit are the 6 guys that are in the admin team, and I can say myself, Grant, Justice, Trevor, Kevin, and Rob, we do a lot of things behind the scenes that I know a lot of people don't hear about because we're constantly talking every single day through our private discourse to see what we can do to improve on the league, what we can do individually to improve each of our roles. So that was one thing coming into this season that we all wanted. We knew we had 6 admin coming into this season, but we wanted to clarify exactly what admin was responsible for what. And I think we have a great plan in place for this past season and also going forward, what each of our quote unquote roles are. And each of us have been excelling in our current field in that. So a big shout out to those guys. They don't get enough credit and a lot of airtime here to talk about what we do behind the scenes. But we do a lot, especially with like implementing different rules, adjusting things to make sure that this is a fun league that people want to keep coming back to, that we maintain and keep the talent that we currently have, and we just keep engaging different audiences with whether it be through you, Patrick, which you do a great job with the broadcast. So we couldn't be more excited and proud to have you as a broadcaster for us. Not only that, but we've gotten more into it with the socials. We started a website, like you touched upon the podcast. That was something new that we started this year, and it's something that we're going to be continuing going forward. That's something we're going to try to do at least every single week, or at least not take more than 1 week off of it. And we do plan to have a massive end of the season broadcast to wrap up everything that happened, what you may see in the future coming into the league. And then not only that, we have a great group of sponsors with us. I mean, you can see them on the board over here. Whoever's watching YouTube, we got Chapman Environmental Services, Butt Kicker, Ultimate Siding and Gutters. They do a great job supporting us, supporting our league. Chapman mainly is our main sponsor and is the main reason why we were able to start this league. Butt Kicker always does a great job with providing a season-ending prize for our champion, and we couldn't be more proud for them coming back on for season 4 and donating another butt kicker for the next season's champion. They've already committed to that. Ultimate Siding and Gutters will come back also next season. They've already committed to us and donated for next season, so that's great to see. Also, something that hasn't been brought up a lot this season, but I think they've been on 2 different races. Vet2Track, the reason why we're here today, the reason why everyone got to see this amazing show at our Super Speedway. I don't know how it was for you guys on the broadcast booth, but I can tell you as a driver, it was hectic and it was a lot of fun. But it was great to bring awareness for those guys over there at Vet2Track. And I know Jim and Travis, they're big advocates for what they do over there, and it's really cool and hopefully I think unless they already talked about this, I may be repeating what they've already said, but I know we were trying to bring a Racing Revolution vet sponsor to go to one of these track day events. So I know we've raised enough money for it. I don't think they've announced. I don't know if they have announced that or not, but it was great to come out here and uh, show what we could do for them. And I couldn't be more proud of the guys in the group that we have here at Racing Revolution. But also not to be forgotten, the guys at Performance. I will always keep them close to my heart. Where am I? Right there. We grew a lot. Grew a lot close this season. We came in basically. Bennett put it perfectly when we were talking about the season ending. We were all talking together. We came together as a bunch of misfits. We came together as just a bunch of guys that may not gel well together. Me and Bennett, we obviously were friends outside of racing. Not obviously face to face, but like online internet buddies, and we bonded a lot over the past year, and we decided to venture off and do this team. We brought Maddie aboard, who is a fellow New Englander, so we brought him on just because of that, and we ended up gelling really well with him. And then Alex, who was just a fast guy the previous season, and we knew if he had a team, he could be dangerous, and he showed just how dangerous he was by almost getting to the championship four and missing it by a single point. Not only that, but coming into this season, I think you can say the guys ranked on our team, you would probably put Alex, me, then Maddie and Bennett. You could flip either or, right? But Michael Bennett made it to the final 8. He had a chance to go to the championship race. Just that alone is incredible from that guy who has just put hours of countless effort into this sim to try to be a better driver and a better racer. And he has excelled that, and he's been an inspiration to our team. I know he's just one example. If you put enough effort into this sim and you put your mind in the right places, you can go really, really fast in this league, and Michael Bennett has proven that. And not to take anything away from Maddie, because he was really fast too all season long. Maddie, you were great. You were great. Okay, we know you're really good at Las Vegas. Okay, I get it. You're really fast. Okay, but no, it was. I love this team that I'm on. I couldn't be more proud of the performance that Performance could have put on today.
All right. I love it. I love it. Nick Gals, congratulations on your win here, man. I'll definitely keep in tune and stay tuned into what you guys are doing over there on the podcast. Nick, I can't wait to see what you guys got to release, man. I'm be on the edge of my seat.
Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it. Can't wait till next season.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. That is Nick going ahead and ticking on off here, and he's going to go ahead and head to that admin chat that he was talking about earlier. What a great race this was here right toward the end, where we got to hear from Jim Whittam as well as Travis Gilbert. Travis trying almost coming away with the win, but man, he missed it by the skin of his teeth on that one. Looking back at the time, it was 81 thousandths of a second. That's how close it was. So he beat him right at the line. So everybody getting round up here, and this has been a fantastic race. Appreciate you guys joining us here tonight for what we've got going on here with the Racing Revolution as we kind of tick this on down and tick it away. We head on off as we led to the Doghouse Racing League tomorrow for the Homestead Miami run. That should be honestly, if it's the Doghouse Racing League, it'll be a pretty good race, as well as you see here with the Racing Revolution. I enjoy hosting these guys that handle themselves very well out there on the track and don't really turn themselves into bowling balls. But aside from this track, they definitely set it up to do that. But we appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTrax Broadcasting once again. Keep in tune there with the Racing Revolution podcast for all the latest updates of what is coming up. I'm hoping to see what they've got going on for sure. I do not want to miss out. But until then, until next time, be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see all you guys next time.